Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here today. And if you've ever felt trapped in the 9 to 5 grind, constantly trading your time for money and you're looking for a way out, well, then this webinar is for you. My name's Travis Stanek, and over the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to show you how you can break free, reclaim control of your time, and to start building serious income, all without having to sacrifice your current job or risk it all. Now, let's get real for a second. Most of us grew up being told the path to success was simple. Go to school, get a good job, and then you'll be set for life. But how's that working out for you? I mean, are you truly free, or does it feel like you've been stuck on this hamster wheel trading hours for dollars? Well, here's the truth. As long as you are trading your time for money, you are stuck in a system with a hard income cap. So no matter how hard you work, you could be the top performer, but there's only 24 hours in the day. I used to be there too, working crazy long hours, 60 to 80 a week, barely seeing my family and hoping for that next raise or promotion just to make it all worth it one day. Then my daughter asked me one day, "Daddy, when are you working at nights?" And it hit me hard because I didn't work at nights, but from her perspective, I was always gone when the sun came up, and then I came home after the sun was down. It was at that moment I just realized I wasn't broke, but I was time broke. My paychecks were okay, but I was exhausted. My life was slipping away, and that's when I decided I needed to make a change. So what's the solution? It's all about shifting from trading time for money to building passive income streams that work even when you're not working. Imagine waking up one morning, seeing your bank account grow overnight because your money's working for you. That's what financial freedom looks like. And here's the best part. You don't need a huge amount of money to start. You just need the right system. So I'm going to share with you the steps that I used to go from feeling stuck in a 9 to 5 to living a life of freedom. Now, have you ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant? It's a concept. It breaks down the 4 ways that people make money. Now, most of us, employees, are self-employed. We're still trading our time for money. But the secret to true wealth is to move ourselves into the business owner and investor quadrants, where systems or investments, or both, work for you. In this webinar, you're going to be focusing on how to transition into those quadrants without quitting your day job. Yet. Now let's talk about strategy. The path to freedom is building multiple streams of income. I'm not talking about juggling 10 different side hustles, okay? I'm talking about focusing on the right opportunities that have massive potential. Now, there's 3 that I recommend. Number 1, a social media marketing agency. Now, this is one of the most recession-proof business concepts that I know. I'll show you how you can start one even if you don't have any prior experience at all. Number 2, digital real estate. Think of it as owning property online, blogs, YouTube channels, social media accounts that generate money from ads, affiliate marketing, or product sales. And number 3, don't sleep on this one either, AI SaaS businesses. There's automations for helping small businesses improve things like customer management, marketing, things that you didn't even realize that they needed, all without having to build softwares. You can leverage existing platforms. In each of these models, you can start small with little upfront capital and scale over time, eventually replacing your salary and then some. Now, let me tell you about Mike, a 38-year-old senior software engineer earning $250,000 a year. On paper, Mike had everything: a 6-figure salary, a prestigious life, and job security at a big tech company. But Mike felt trapped in his job. Despite his success, he was working 60-hour weeks, constantly feeling the pressure to stay ahead and missing out on important moments with his family. Mike knew that his job was lucrative, but deep down, he just felt stuck. He constantly worried about providing for his family and the fear that anything that he would deviate from his current path would jeopardize their financial security. Even though he's successful by traditional standards, and he felt like he was on a treadmill, trading his time for money and unable to break free. Now, Mike's demanding schedule meant that he was missing out on milestones with his kids. Every morning, he'd leave before they woke up, and by the time that he came home, they were already in bed. He was providing for his family financially, but he wasn't there for them, and it was tearing him apart. Mike's wake up call came when his wife mentioned how their kids didn't even expect him to be around for dinner anymore. He says, it hit me hard. I was so busy working to provide a life for them that I wasn't even living life with them. Now, Mike started working on his digital real estate portfolio just during his evenings and weekends, and within a few short months, he was generating enough side income to cover some of his monthly expenses. After just a year, his passive income streams were contributing significantly to his family's finances. He was able to reduce his working hours from 60 down to 40 hours a week and finally started seeing his kids regularly. Now, fast forward to today. Mike's completely replaced his salary with passive income from his digital assets. He works from home, spends more time with his family, and he no longer feels the anxiety of needing to work insane hours just to provide for him. Now, what Mike said, his biggest fear was stepping away from his six-figure job. But once he realized that passive income streams were scalable, his whole mindset changed. Now he gets to work where he wants to, whenever he wants to, and his income is growing even when he's not. Now, I know you might be thinking, this sounds great, but what if it doesn't work for me? Or, well, I've tried side hustles before, but failed. Now, trust me, I get it. But the difference with this system, it's proven and scalable. And you don't need a ton of time to get started. And you can begin while still working your full-time job. And you don't even need to be tech savvy or have a huge budget. Plus, with the strategies I share, you'll be building real businesses that generate consistent, reliable, and scalable income. So you ready to take that first step towards financial freedom? Well, I put together a free resource to help you get started, a guide that walks you through these income streams in detail and gives you actionable steps to start building your own. So click the link below and download your free copy now and take the first step to ditching the 9 to 5 and start living the life of your dreams. Now, look, I know breaking free from the rat race, it can feel overwhelming, but really the first step is the hardest. Once you start, momentum builds. And I've been where you are, and I can actually tell you firsthand that freedom is within reach. Download the guide, take action, and let's start building that life that you always wanted. Thank you for spending these 10 minutes with me. I'm excited for you to take this journey, and I'll see you on the other side of freedom.